Sania, a 13-year-old curious girl who studies in class 8. Kabir, Sania's 14-year-old brother, who helps Sania contemplate things and perform various activities. Mummy, Sania's mother, who facilitates them in understanding different concepts. What we learned in the previous chapter, Moon is a satellite of Earth. It revolves around the periphery of Earth, which takes about 29.53 days to complete. The lunar cycle, where the Moon keeps changing, is called phases of Moon. The phases of Moon occurs because the Moon reflects the light of the Sun. So, depending on where the Moon, the Earth and the Sun are on their respective axes, we can only see that portion of the Moon. The North Star or Pole Star is the one that is very close to the Earth's axis, which is why, even though the other stars appear to move from east to west, but the North Star doesn't appear to move at all. The North Star changes in the vast time period of the Earth. The star that is called the North Star for Earth is Polaris. After 20 to 25,000 years, when the Earth wobbles a bit and shifts its axis, Vega will be the next North Star. The amount of time calculated to reach from one place to other is said in terms of light years. Light has been measured to have a speed of 3 lakh km per second and is said to take 8.3 minutes to reach the Earth from Sun. Constellations are collection of stars which may be at very different lengths from each other but appear to form an image. Before humans invented watches and calendars, these were studied to predict the weather. In the current times, a lot of people do stargazing as a hobby and study stars. There is a good short film that will be telecasted. Sania, do switch on the TV, please. That's great. I'll watch it too. The film was informational. I felt like I was really in the space looking at all the planets go around the Sun. That is true. You know, Kabir, I'm always amazed at this thought that the Sun's gravitational is so perfectly balanced that we are neither too close nor too far from it. What if the Earth was positioned in the place of Jupiter or Mercury? Thinking of this makes me scared. I think because Earth is in such a perfect place in the solar system, which is why humans can exist in it, scientists haven't found much clues of life in any other planet. Correct. So we have understood that because of Sun's gravitational pull, the solar planets revolve around it in a defined path called orbit, right? Yes, the same reason applies to the satellites that revolve around planets because of their gravitational pull. Where shall we go next? Deep into the space. Let us learn a bit more about each of the planets. What do you say? Yes, that is a good idea. Friends, do you ever get confused with the order of the planets?
I used to get very confused earlier, and then my teacher taught me a mnemonic. The mnemonic made it so easy to remember the same. The mnemonic is, my very excellent mother just served us 9 pizzas. Ask your teacher if there are more such mnemonics of planets.
Yes, and also since both of them are very close to the sun, they cannot be seen easily. Venus can still be seen 2 to 3 hours before sunrise and after sunset. That is why it is called the evening or morning star, though it isn't a star. Look at this image of Earth here.
I'm curious to know, why does the image of Earth from the space reflect blue and green color? Friends, let us check in our books and see if we can find an answer. Look, here it is. Earth appears blue-green due to the reflection of light from water and land masses on its surface. Isn't it amazing to know? Kabir, I already know that Earth has one natural satellite called Moon, and also that Earth is the only known planet where we know that life exists.
That is correct, Sanya. Also, it takes the Earth 365 days to complete one revolution of the Sun on its orbit.
Right. I love celebrating New Year's as the Earth completes its revolution. You know what I think, Kabir? I think the solar system is a little unfair in dividing satellites among themselves.
Why do you say so?
Because Earth has only one satellite, Mercury and Venus have none at all. Mars has 2, but Jupiter has 79 of them. I was reading in a book about it. 53 of them have names and 26 are yet to be officially named. Is that even fair?
That's an interesting fact, Sanya. I think it could be because Jupiter's magnetic field is 10 times powerful than that of Earth. We know that the gravitational pull of planets keep their satellites in orbit. That is the reason, maybe why Jupiter can actually keep 79 moons floating in its orbit.
That does make sense. I wonder, if Earth had more than one moon, how would that be? I will discuss this in my class with friends. Let us read about the last 3 planets.
We have Saturn next in line. Sanya, have a look at the jewel of our solar system. Saturn has a similar composition as Jupiter. Both are made up of same gases, hydrogen and helium.
That is right, Kabir. Though surprisingly, Saturn's density is lesser than that of water.
Wish we could actually try and float on Saturn.
Friends, I have a question for you. Can you tell me how many kinds of planets do we have in our solar system?
Hint. This is related to something Kabir just said.
Yes, you are right. Terrestrial, gas giants, ice giants. Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars are terrestrial. Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants, and Uranus and Neptune are ice giants.
Yes, so here this description says that Uranus and Neptune are pretty similar to each other. Both are made of a thick soup of water, ammonia and methane over an Earth-sized solid center. The methane gives Uranus and Neptune the blue color as the sun reflects its surface. See the photo, they both have rings, just like Jupiter and Saturn, but they are not as clearly visible as those of Saturn's. I feel bad for Pluto, you know. It was a planet all this while, and then suddenly one day it was not called a planet anymore.
It is good that Pluto is far from us and that no one lives there. Otherwise, we would have definitely been questioned by Plutonians. Friends, can you tell why Pluto is removed from the list of planets by International Astronomical Union? Ask your teacher about this.
We learned that the solar system has 8 planets and the planets revolve around the sun. Pluto was the ninth planet until 2006, when it was then removed from the list as it did not fit the definition of planets given by International Astronomical Union. Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars are terrestrial planets. A terrestrial planet is one that is composed primarily of silicate rocks and metals. Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants, being composed of hydrogen and helium. Uranus and Neptune are called ice giants as they have a cold atmosphere. The planets in the outer circle starting from Jupiter to Neptune have a lot of satellites. Jupiter has about 79 moons orbiting around it.